Today's news highlights. T. 2024年6月13日 Time cut off 17点 News headline, Charcy Sue's son loses 20 kilograms by quitting one item, fatty liver disappears. Doctor recommends eating this food for satisfaction and good mood. Release time, 2024年6月12日 Data reference, Health 2.0 News highlights, Charcy Sue revealed that her eldest son lost 20 kilograms in one semester by quitting sugary drinks, successfully curing mild fatty liver, and restoring normal liver function. Weight loss expert Dr. and pointed out that sugary drinks are culprits for obesity and metabolic syndrome, increasing risks of cardiovascular diseases. He suggested alternatives like boiled eggs, tangerines, bananas, and encouraged sunlight exposure and exercise to stimulate endorphin production, counteracting sugar addiction. News headline, even without eating sweets, you could still get diabetes. Overlooked food traps, adjusting eating order controls blood sugar. Release time, 2024年6月11日 Data reference, Health 2.0 News highlights, MSY 50, diagnosed with type 2 diabetes due to a blood sugar level of 283 mg/dl and a glycated hemoglobin of 11%. Through dietary adjustments and insulin therapy, her glycated hemoglobin dropped to 6.4 within 3 months and further to 5.8 after 6 months. Common symptoms of diabetes include frequent urination, fatigue, and dry mouth, necessitating personalized dietary control. Timing and portioning intake of 6 major food categories, and changing the eating sequence to delay blood sugar spikes were crucial. Medical supervision and dietary monitoring helped her successfully manage her health. News headline, Taiwan plans to launch 4 low-orbit satellites, legislators concerned about Taiwan's transparency during war. Release time, 2024年6月12日 Data reference, Epoch Times. News highlights, Taiwan plans to build 7 low-orbit satellite receiving stations this year to strengthen communication resilience. However, China plans to launch 40横线5万 low-orbit satellites, aiming to occupy satellite positions and negotiate with other countries. National Security Bureau Director Tsai Ming-Yan stated that China's intent is to demonstrate determination and disrupt satellite deployments of other countries. Deputy Minister of National Defense Chen Yong-kang emphasized China's low-orbit satellites' orbit-changing capabilities and its impact on Taiwan's communication, urging the NCC and Chunhua Telecom to be vigilant against potential threats. Experts noted that the U.S. plans to deter China using drones and technological superiority to ensure Taiwan's trade security. News headline, EU to impose up to 38% tariffs on Chinese electric cars. Release time, 2024年6月12日 Data reference, Epoch Times. News highlights, the European Commission will impose additional tariffs up to 38.1% on imported Chinese electric vehicles from July in response to excessive subsidies received by Chinese manufacturers. These tariffs target companies like BID, 17.4%, Geely, 20%, and SAIC, 38.1%, with the highest rates applicable to non-compliant entities. Together with existing 10% tariffs, these measures pose a significant blow to Chinese electric vehicle importers. China's Ministry of Commerce accused this move of protectionism and pledged measures to safeguard Chinese interests. The EU's anti-subsidy investigation will continue until November, potentially imposing tariffs for 5 years. News headline, local Chinese governments struggle with financial shortages, employ various means. Release time, 2024年6月12日 Data reference, Epoch Times. News highlights, due to reduced land fiscal revenue, local Chinese governments face intensified financial difficulties. To cope with declining income, local authorities resort to measures such as aggressive debt collection, hefty fines, reducing salaries of public servants, and raising public service prices. With falling property prices, local fiscal pressures continue to grow, necessitating new fiscal sources. These actions reflect local governments' oscillations and coping strategies amid financial crises. News headline, How to extend the shelf life of fruits and vegetables. Experts share tips. Release time, 2024年6月12日 Data reference, Epoch Times. News highlights: preserving fresh agricultural products presents a challenge. Food scientists from the University of Melbourne note that fruits and vegetables spoil easily due to respiration and microbial effects. To extend shelf life, consumers should avoid purchasing damaged agricultural products and refrain from washing them before storage. Storage location matters. For instance, bananas should be placed in a cool, dry place, while leafy greens should go into the low humidity drawer of the refrigerator. Additionally, mixing different fruits and vegetables should be avoided to minimize ethylene gas release, which accelerates ripening and deterioration. News headline: Times 2024 World University Impact Rankings, NCKU ranked 25th globally, beating NTU, which other schools made the top 100. Release time: 2024年6月12日. Data reference: Vision Magazine. News highlights: According to the 2024 Times Higher Education Special Editions World University Impact Rankings, Taiwan has a total of 51 universities selected, with National Chen Kung University ranking 25th globally being the most outstanding. Additionally, National Yanming Jiaotong University and National Taiwan University are in the global top 50, while Tanghai University ranks 100th globally. The University of Sydney in Australia ranks EST globally, with the University of Manchester in the UK and the University of Tasmania in Australia tied for R&D place, and Aalborg University in Denmark and RMIT University in Melbourne ranking in the top 5 globally. News headline: Taiwan stock market climbs with TSMC boost, increased volume but stable prices in real estate. Release time: 2024年6月11日. Data reference: Vision Magazine. News highlights: Taiwan's real estate market shows positive development in 2024, supported mainly by stable economic growth rates and continued rise in Taiwan's stock market. Transactions of residential properties in 6 major cities increased by 30.0% annually, and various housing price indices indicate a continuing upward trend, expected to maintain a pattern of increased volume and stable prices in June. Despite uncertainties in cross-strait relations and geopolitical factors, as well as ongoing impacts of housing market regulation policies, long-term property demand remains robust, driven by economic growth, inflationary pressures, and semiconductor industry investments. In the commercial real estate sector, driven by demand from the technology industry, the leasing market shows active trends, indicating an overall positive market atmosphere. News headline: Wimbledon tennis legend Federer advises graduates, focus on next point regardless of winning or losing. Release time: 2024年6月12日. Data reference: Vision Magazine. News highlights: Swiss tennis legend Roger Federer's speech at Dartmouth College's graduation ceremony was well received by students. He shared his life experience of not completing high school but graduating from tennis, encouraging graduates. Using his beloved Wimbledon grass court as a metaphor, he explored the significance symbolized by green. He expressed his exploration of the future after retirement and resonated with graduates, sharing 3 lessons of tennis life: nothing comes effortlessly, the importance of every minute and second, and life beyond the court. He emphasized that winning a match is just a momentary point, but what matters is how to focus on the next point, a mindset particularly crucial in facing life's challenges. News headline: Is Taiwan's English education progressing? TOEIC listening and reading tests increase by 30 points in 10 years, speaking scores surpass Japan and Korea. Release time: 2024年6月12日. Data reference: Vision Magazine. News highlights: According to 2023 TOEIC score statistics, Taiwan's average scores in the TOEIC listening and reading tests have increased by over 30 points compared to 10 years ago, demonstrating significant progress in Taiwan's English communication skills and education. The average score for the TOEIC speaking test exceeds that of Japan and Korea, with an overall average of 143 points. The writing section averages 156 points. Thomson Company noted stable performances among Taiwanese professionals and students in the TOEIC test, reflecting increased emphasis on English education. Particularly noteworthy is the significant increase in participants in the speaking test, underscoring Taiwan's demand for an emphasis on English proficiency, consolidating its superior position in Asia. News headline: Taiwan's Formosa Plastics Group shareholders meeting, 3 key highlights. Wang Wenyuan leads bright star in the plastics industry, change in 2 directors, shareholder numbers increase by 20%. Release time: 2024年6月13日. Data reference: Apple Daily News website. News highlights: This week, Formosa Plastics Group's 4 jewels will hold their respective shareholders meetings. The number of shareholders has increased by 20% compared to the same period last year, indicating investors' long-term confidence in the group. Formosa Group has already initiated AI projects amidst global environmental changes, including optimizing production processes and enhancing occupational safety management. It is expected that these initiatives will improve efficiency and reduce costs. Looking ahead, succession plans are in place for Formosa, Nanyang, and Formosa Chemicals and Fiber Corp, with professional managers set to take over. As the global economy rebounds and raw material prices rise in the second half of the year, Formosa Plastics Group is poised for improved operational performance. News headline: Hu Ji's early morning departure from Taiwan. 19-hour flash visit, airport autograph session for fans. Release time: 2024年6月13日. Data reference: Apple Daily News website. News highlights: Chinese renowned actor Hu Ji, 41, visited Taiwan again, sparking enthusiasm among fans. He arrived yesterday at Taipei Songshan Airport, welcomed by hundreds of fans upon arrival, then proceeded to stay at the Regent Taipei Hotel. Today, shortly after 2 a.m., Hu Ji appeared at Terminal 2 of Dawon Airport wearing a dark gray trench coat. He interacted warmly with about 50 fans, engaging in continuous autograph sessions and photos, creating a lively atmosphere resembling a small-scale fan meeting. During his 19-hour visit to Taiwan, Hu Ji not only participated in public speaking engagements but also visited the Songshan Cultural and Creative Park to interact and share with his fans. In recent years, his role as Baozong in Wong Kar-wai's film Blossoms has been widely praised, and he will be part of the drama's screening in Taiwan. News headline: Lin Xian's busted post stirs controversy. Breast implants about to burst, she responds with 5 words. Release time: 2024年6月13日. Data reference: Apple Daily News website. News highlights: Taiwanese cheerleading goddess Lin Xian recently shared a hot photo shoot on social media, lying on a sofa in red lingerie. Her beautiful backline and ample hips attracted attention, especially her pose leaning forward, which caused some side breast exposure, sparking discussions among netizens. While many fans praised her figure and beauty, some criticized her for excessive plastic surgery and oversized breast implants. Lin Xian responded with high EQ, stating sorry to disappoint you, demonstrating confidence unaffected by external opinions. Additionally, she announced the upcoming release of her first photo album, raising expectations with its rich content. News headline: 2-chain Inferno battery explosion during charging turns living room into inferno, mother, son duo and daughter's boyfriend die. Release time: 2024年6月13日. Data reference: Apple Daily News website. News highlights: A fire broke out in a residential building on Yangshan Road, 2-chain District, New Taipei City, early this morning, quickly spreading from the 4th floor to the top floor. It resulted in the death of a man in his 20s and the hospitalization of a mother in her 50s and her son in his 20s, both of whom succumbed to their injuries. Initial investigations suggest the fire may have been caused by a battery explosion while charging a gardening hedge trimmer. Mayor Hou Yu arrived promptly to oversee rescue operations. The fire department dispatched 136 personnel and 50 vehicles, taking nearly an hour to control the blaze. During the rescue operation, firefighters found multiple individuals without vital signs, who were promptly transported to hospitals but unfortunately did not survive. Further investigation is needed to clarify the exact cause of the accident. News headline: Gym of streamer Guang Chen ran pre-planned incident. Chen Yi reveals 3 suspicions and haunting memories, similar tactics. Release time 2024年6月13日 Data reference Apple Daily News website News highlights the Genghis Khan gym in Taisheng, managed by internet celebrity Guang Chen's Haiheng, was rammed by a small truck last night. The incident, seemingly pre-planned, fortunately did not result in any casualties. The driver, Ling, and his passenger, Su, were both taken into police custody for investigation. Ling, who was rejected from Genghis Khan due to mental health issues, raised questions among netizens. Guang Chen pointed out that video footage of the incident shows the truck waiting before crashing into the gym, suggesting foul play. Internet personality Chen Yi expressed suspicion and drew parallels to her own past experiences, criticizing society's unfair treatment of violence victims. News headline: Guang Gong marries Mr. Wu Xuanten threatens lawsuit. Law firm disclaims no appointment received. Release time: 2024年6月13日 Data reference Apple Daily News website News highlights: Taiwan recently stirred controversy over the Guangdong marries Mr. marriage ceremony. Wu Xuanten and Lu Ermentenho Temple engaged in legal and religious misunderstandings. Wu Xuanten initially issued a statement clarifying that the marriage ceremony was an internal religious ritual not meant for public dissemination. However, due to mishandling of internal announcements, misunderstandings spread, causing distress to Lu Ermentenho Temple, and they apologized. Surprisingly, the statement was issued by Jitai law firm, which subsequently denied being commissioned or involved in any way. The incident remains unresolved, prompting societal discussions and legal threats, revealing confusion between religious beliefs and legal interpretations that require further clarification and resolution. News headline: Fatal fire in Duzhen, New Taipei City. Mother and son perish, daughter's boyfriend crushed to death by iron sheet. Background of family of four revealed. Release time: 2024年6月13日 Data reference Yahoo News. News highlights: In the early hours today, a fatal fire broke out in a community residence on Yangshan Road, Duzhen District, New Taipei City. The cause was an explosion of a lithium battery during charging in a gardening workshop inside the household, resulting in rapid spread of the fire. The Li family of four lived together, with the father and daughter managing to escape. Unfortunately, the mother, son, and daughter's boyfriend died in the blaze. The boyfriend was trapped on the TTH floor and burned to ashes. It took firefighters nearly an hour to contain the fire, which caused severe damage to the house. The grief-stricken Li daughter declined media interviews following the tragic loss of her family and boyfriend. Zhen's family is on their way to handle the aftermath at the scene. News headline: Egg prices continue to rise by 20 cents. Poultry Association urges downstream price reduction. Release time: 2024年6月13日 Data reference Yahoo News. News highlights: Domestic egg market remains depressed, with prices dropping 5 times in the past 2 months to NT 27.5 per kilogram, marking a new low in 2 years. Despite calls from the Minister of Agriculture to reduce consumer prices to stimulate the market, prices of products like tea eggs remain unchanged, and some eggs are even used for pig feed due to oversupply. The Poultry Association actively calls for better regulation, noting that farm gate prices are already unprofitable while consumers still pay high prices. Convenience store prices for tea eggs remain unchanged due to rising costs and 24-hour operation expenses, making price reduction difficult even with stabilized egg prices. News headline: Old apartment building in Yonghe fails due to more favorable terms. Yiping for Yiping, retirement dream of retired teacher shattered. Release time: 2024年6月13日 Data reference Yahoo News. News highlights: MSC, a retired teacher, owns a 4-story self-built apartment in the bustling area of Yonghe, with a prime location just an 8-minute walk from Dingxi MRT station, offering extremely convenient living conditions. Despite attracting developers with an offer of Yiping for Erpings for integration, the plan has stalled due to lack of consensus and participation from elderly neighbors, many of whom are veterans in their 70s and 80s, with their children residing overseas. This reluctance has led to a deadlock in the redevelopment plan. Although MSC is interested in redevelopment and plans to sell the house after her children move away for work, elderly neighbors lack confidence in living environment and redevelopment schedule, leading to an integration plan stuck in deadlock. News headline: 8th graders value investment earns millions, 6 pockets list exposed. Release time: 2024年6月13日. Data reference: Yahoo News. News highlights: Kelvin, upon graduating from college, became a full-time investor through his own efforts, accumulating a net worth of millions before turning 30, and achieved significant success through value investment strategies. He studied financial reports and seized industry trends, particularly in AI development trends, successfully investing in stocks such as Nvidia and Horizon Robotics, achieving returns of over 300%. Kelvin emphasizes the importance of investment, especially for him, as an opportunity to change his life. Rising from a poor family environment, he used investments to achieve the goal of lifting out of poverty, and insists on the principles of value investment, believing this is a path that will not disappoint. News headline: COVID-19 enters pandemic phase. Doctor reveals 70% rapid test positive in 2 days, even celebrities can't avoid it. 3 symptoms may be confirmed. Release time: 2024年6月13日. Data reference: Yahoo News. News highlights: the latest data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention shows that there were 328 new confirmed COVID-19 domestic cases last week, up from 263 the previous week, with 20 new deaths. Experts noted that the epidemic is showing an upward trend and entering a pandemic phase, especially highlighting that the positivity rate of rapid tests is nearly 70%, indicating a severe spread of the virus. Dru may also pointed out that those with recent cold symptoms should undergo rapid screening tests first to prevent the potential transmission risk of asymptomatic patients, and especially reminded of specific symptoms such as severe sore throat, persistent high fever, requiring special attention to avoid risk to high-risk groups. News headline: buying the needle for weight loss causes serious side effects, hospitalized. Release time: 2024年6月13日. Data reference: Yahoo News. News highlights: in recent years, there has been a rapid increase in the global population of diabetics and obese people, causing the demand for the needles to control blood sugar and lose weight to rise sharply. The demand for these products from pharmaceutical companies is outstripping supply, and some hospitals have implemented strategies to reserve medicines and give priority to patients, to avoid situations of shortage. The Food and Drug Administration emphasized that the needles are prescription drugs, and the public should avoid purchasing through illegal channels to avoid affecting efficacy and inability to apply for drug damage relief. The needles contain glucagon-like peptide ingredients, and about 10 to 20% of users may experience gastrointestinal side effects such as nausea and vomiting. The process of using the needle must be gradually adjusted dosage, and seek medical advice promptly when discomfort occurs. The importance of obtaining drugs through legal channels is emphasized, and illegal sales of drugs cannot guarantee quality and safety, and the public should be cautious in their choice. 井号 News title: Geopolitical tensions rise. China seeks to acquire land in the Arctic Circle. Publication date: 2024年6月13日. Source: Liberty Times. Key points: the last piece of private land in the Svalbard archipelago, located in Sorfager Fjord, is being sold for €300 million. The land spans 60 square kilometers and lacks infrastructure, being restricted by the 1920 Svalbard Treaty, which prohibits military use. China is interested in purchasing the land, but Norway does not want it to fall into foreign hands. Although Svalbard is under Norwegian sovereignty, citizens of the treaty's signatory countries can freely settle there. The area has strategic value and may contain untapped resources. Both China and Russia have significant interests in the region, conducting research and resource extraction activities. 井号 News title: Fishing ban enforced. Bluefin tuna quota reached, Tongan captains forced to discard black gold. Publication date: 2024年6月13日. Source: Liberty Times. Key points: Taiwan's bluefin tuna has had a bountiful catch for 5 consecutive years, reaching the 1965-ton quota limit for the first time this year. The fisheries agency announced on the 9th that fishing would be banned starting on the 12th, catching some fishermen off guard. Donggan, Qingtu, has caught 5,231 bluefin tunas this year, weighing nearly 1,000 tons, the second highest in 20 years. After the fishing ban, fishermen actively reported their catches, with bluefin expected to continue arriving at the port for about a week. The fisheries agency mandates that any bluefin caught after the ban must be immediately thrown back into the sea. 井号 News title, Is this illegal parking? Tainan student challenges police over short red line at intersection. Publication date, 2024年6月13日. Source, Liberty Times. Key points. A college student in Tainan reported illegal parking near an intersection, measuring the red line and finding it less than 10 meters long, which he considered a violation. The police cited a 2018 interpretation from the Ministry of Transportation stating that road markings should be used as the standard for ease of recognition. The student criticized the police for not enforcing the law, arguing that if the interpretation overrides legal stipulations, the existence of the Road Traffic Management and Penalty Act is meaningless. He reported the police to the inspection unit, claiming they were fostering illegal parking. News title, Hu Ji thanks Taiwanese fans at airport with willingness to take photos and sign autographs, looking youthful without makeup. Published time, 2024/06/13. Source, TVBS News. News summary, Chinese actor Hu Ji, aged 41, visited Taiwan for 22 hours. Departing from Regent Taipei Hotel at 5 a.m., he took a shuttle to Dongwon Airport, scheduled to leave Taiwan at 上午8点45分 and arrive in Shanghai at 上午10点50分. After attending the Youth Dialogue Seminar, Hu Ji appeared at the airport dressed casually, wearing black, framed glasses, a gray functional jacket, with a backpack, and accompanied by 4 bodyguards. About 50 fans were present to see him off, and Hu Ji warmly took photos and signed autographs for them. As he walked into the departure hall, he expressed gratitude to the fans, demonstrating his friendly demeanor. News title, Disappeared for 10 years. Local drama actor switches to live streaming and loses 6 figures, dramatically loses 15 kilograms. Published time, 2024/06/13. Source, TVBS News. News summary, 59-year-old veteran actor Wang Hao, known for playing antagonistic roles in local dramas, appeared in numerous prime-time dramas such as Sweet Life, A Family, and The Beauty of Taiwan. However, he suddenly withdrew from the entertainment industry and transitioned to selling products via live streaming 10 years ago. In 2022, he faced a significant loss of 6 figures due to selling fake obsidian Buddha pendants and publicly cried during a live stream to apologize. Now, he has unexpectedly returned to acting in the drama Taiwan Story but has lost 15 kilograms. Wang Hao stated that after leaving the entertainment industry for 10 years, he wanted to make a comeback if given the opportunity but did not consider returning to prime-time dramas. Regarding his dramatic weight loss, he attributed it to the stress of live streaming work. Although he underwent medical examinations, including chest examinations, with no abnormalities found, he still feels tightness in his chest. News title, Mainland China funds Taiwanese internet celebrities. Potter Wang exposes Beijing's plan to invest money in cultural warfare. The State Council has allocated budgets. Published time, 2024/06/12. Source, TVBS News. News summary, President Lai Ching-te's inauguration speech on May 20th, declaring that the Republic of China and the People's Republic of China are not subordinate to each other, triggered China's military exercises around Taiwan and criticism from state media. Recent rumors suggest that China plans to use internet celebrities for cultural warfare. Internet celebrities such as Zhong Mingxian and Leia, with clear political stances, recently went to China for filming, sparking controversy. Potter Wang, a politically outspoken internet celebrity, revealed that starting from late July, more Taiwanese internet celebrities will go to China for filming. The main organizer behind this is the Cross Strait Youth Association, providing free air tickets and accommodation. The content of the films does not involve politics but aims for cultural warfare. News title: 39-year-old local actor divorced. Opens shop next to MRT station, making NT 1500 a day. Sound wrong, not a famous actor. Published time: 2024/06/13. Source: TVBS News. News summary: Talent agent Sound wrong and artist Cai Liun gave an interview, during which Cai Liun unexpectedly revealed that he had divorced his wife of 4 years and shared that he opened a fried chicken shop named Joyful Chicken this year. After the pandemic, Cai Liun faced significant economic pressure, investing NT 16,000 with partners to open the shop. Initially, business was poor, but it has gradually improved. Cai Liun also mentioned that he and his ex-wife parted ways amicably due to incompatible personalities. He is now single, focusing on his career, and revealed plans to make a guest appearance in a new drama and start filming a TV series. News title: Yuto Aya shockingly reveals a symptom of hearing voices in her brain. Can't find a diagnosis, why is this happening? Published time: 2024/06/12. Source: TVBS News. News summary: Japanese actress Yuto Aya revealed on the variety show The World's shocking news that she has been hearing a voice urging her to hurry up since she was a child, but only she can hear it. Yuto Aya searched for related information as she grew up and found that others have the same symptoms, but still couldn't find a diagnosis. She remains unclear about the cause of these voices. News title: Local drama actor discovers a hard lump in his breast, ultrasound nurse urgently calls him back to the hospital. Inside story revealed. Published time: 2024/06/12. Source: TVBS News. News summary: 52-year-old actor Tu Chen Yan revealed that he found a hard lump in his breast and urgently went to National Taiwan University Hospital for an ultrasound. After leaving, the nurse called him back for another scan. The nurse was surprised by his youthful appearance and thought he was only in his 30s, which brought him some comfort. Tu Chen Yan had previously been diagnosed with early-stage colon cancer and had sought medical attention after falling, with doctors saying that if he had delayed one more day, he might have lost his vision. Title: Outburst ignored. Raging exchange between Chu and Cui Xiang and Hong Kuo. You, what are you shouting about? Published time: 2024/06/13. Source: Set News. Key points: The Legislative Yuan passed some articles of the Legislative Yuan Exercise of Powers Act in the third reading, and the Presidential Office has approved the Administrative Yuan's reconsideration case and sent it to the Legislative Yuan. The Procedure Committee of the Legislative Yuan has scheduled the reconsideration case as an agenda item for Friday's session. Legislative Speaker Hong Kuo convened a caucus to discuss the reconsideration case, triggering dissatisfaction from the Democratic Progressive Party, DPP. Hong Kuo directed the party caucus to change the speaking order, requesting People First Party convener Wang Kuo-Chen to speak instead. Chu and Cui Xiang was dissatisfied and erupted in a verbal altercation with Hong Kuo. Hong Kuo claimed to preside over the matter fairly, but the party factions continue to dispute the speaking order. Hong Kuo slammed the table, accusing Chu and Cui Xiang, who then retorted. Both sides remained at an impasse. Ko Chien-ming stated that Wang Kuo-Chen's speech was a decree and left the scene. Chu and Cui Xiang criticized Hong Kuo for not supposed to direct the speaking order. Hong Kuo rebuffed the accusation, alleging that Chu and Cui Xiang misunderstood his intentions. Title: Shocking closure of 20 stores by RT Mart in China. Record high loss of 7.2 billion yuan, 2万 people lost their jobs. Published time: 2024/06/13. Source: Set News. Key points: Well-known retail chain RT Mart is facing a wave of closures in China. As of now, 20 stores have closed their doors, and the company announced a loss of 7.2 billion yuan and layoffs of 2万 employees. RT Mart is experiencing such a massive loss for the first time since its listing, drawing significant attention from Chinese society. In addition, RT Mart's parent company, Joxing Retail, stated that the closure wave was partly due to lease expirations and operational adjustments. However, they also have plans to open new stores, including launching the new brand RT Mart Super and planning to establish it in 13 locations. Title: Tragic fire claims 3 lives in late night blaze in Dujin, New Taipei City. Explosion of hatch trimmer lithium battery blend. Living room engulfed in flames instantaneously. Published time: 2024年6月13日. Source: Set News. Key points: A fire broke out early this morning on the 4th floor of a collective residence in Dujin District, New Taipei City. It took the fire department nearly an hour to extinguish the fire. Among the family of 5, 2 managed to escape in time, but 1 man was burned to death, and another mother and her son were pronounced dead in the early morning. The fire is suspected to have started due to the explosion of a lithium battery used for gardening purposes. 48 fire trucks and 132 firefighters were dispatched for rescue. The fire quickly spread, burning an area of about 150 square meters. The fire spread to other floors, and over 10 residents in the vicinity were evacuated urgently. Due to the narrow lanes, fire trucks could not enter and could only extend the water lines for disaster relief. Title: SpaceX interns harem exposed. First climbs onto Musk's bed, then becomes president's mistress. Published time: 2024年6月13日. Source: Set News. Key points: According to the Wall Street Journal, SpaceX founder Elon Musk has allegedly used his power to engage in sexual relationships with at least 3 female employees, pressuring them to have his children. Those who refused were denied salary increases and criticized for their work performance. SpaceX President Gwynne Shotwell accused an intern of having a relationship with Musk and becoming her husband's mistress, demanding her dismissal. Another former employee claimed that after voluntarily approaching Musk and engaging in sexual relations, she not only rose to a management position but also vacationed with Musk. These allegations are crucial disclosures of the sexual harassment culture within SpaceX. Musk has not responded to the reports, while Shotwell criticized the report as misleading, stating that it does not represent SpaceX's corporate culture. Title: Criticized for conducting deity marriage. Statement issued for Tainan Wuxian order questioned for impersonation, Kaohsiung law firm response. Published time: 2024年6月13日. Source: Set News. Key points: Tainan private order. Tainan Yuji Wuxian order faced strong backlash for organizing the unauthorized grand wedding event, where news of Mazu marrying Guanggong sparked intense reactions from worshippers and triggered an online uproar. On the 12th, the order commissioned a law firm to issue a 3-point statement, apologizing and stating that they would sue malicious attackers. However, another law firm named Jitai Law Firm released a statement in the evening to disassociate itself but was bombarded by netizens. In fact, the law firm appointed is the Jitai joint law firm located in Kyongjin District, Kaohsiung City. The firm confirmed assisting in drafting the statement but was troubled by the case of name collision. Title: Police School Trio bids farewell to seniors at graduation. Performs magnetic finger dance, video causes sensation throughout the venue. Published time: 2024年6月13日. Source: Set News. Key points: Female students at the Taipei Police Department College prepared a performance of the song Magnetic by the South Korean girl group Elite for the graduation ceremony of their seniors. A video of them performing the finger dance during mealtime went viral on the internet. In the video, the movements and positions of the 3 students were remarkably consistent and precise, even in the most essential part of the song, the finger dance. The Facebook fan page Taiwan Praise Police shared the video, urging everyone to support and encourage positively. Netizens praised the performance, expressing admiration for the youthfulness, and some even stated that they had already signed up. Title: Rudy Hua's billionaire brother revealed. Rarely seen, the bearded uncle looks completely different. Published time: 2024年6月13日. Source: Set News. Key points: As one of the 4 heavenly kings of Hong Kong, Andy Lau has maintained a positive image throughout his over 40-year career. He has been happily married to his wife Carol Chu for 15 years, earning a reputation as a loving and devoted husband. Born into a large rural family, Rudy Hua, Andy Lau is the 4th of 6 siblings. He shares a close bond with his brother, Lu Dishan, with whom he co-founded a production company. While Andy Lau focused on filming, Lu Dishan handled post-production, reportedly amassing a net worth in the billions. However, Lu Dishan's appearance is starkly different from Andy Lau's, with a robust physique and a full beard, forming a sharp contrast that shocked many netizens, who exclaimed, "Looks completely different from Andy Lau." Title: Once homeless, now staying in youth hostels, Jacques Powell's reveals economic situation. Published time: 2024年6月13日. Source: Set News. Key points: Jacques Powell has been embroiled in a cross-border divorce lawsuit with Wang Jiaqian for over 2 years. To save on expenses, Powell is currently living in a youth hostel and openly admits to facing financial difficulties due to the impact of the divorce lawsuit on his work. However, he continues to work on programs with his friends, hoping to turn the situation around. Previously accused of pretending to be poor and sleeping under a bridge, Powell publicly disclosed the true balance of his accounts to refute the allegations. While detained and homeless in Canada due to the accusations, he is still fighting the divorce lawsuit and collaborating with friends on program productions. He may also be exploring job opportunities related to South Korea. Title: Wearing sheer black dress to graduation ceremony. Exposed under stage lights. Parents furious, is it appropriate? Embarrassing scene revealed. Published time: 2024年6月13日. Source: Set News. Key points: Dawon City Councilor Sung Yuk-soon started controversy by wearing a sheer black lace dress at a kindergarten graduation ceremony, with the hem of the dress caught in her stockings. In the photos, the stage lights revealed everything under the dress, angering parents who questioned the appropriateness of her attire on social media. Sung Yuk-soon apologized to the parents today, explaining that it was due to the rush of the schedule and her failure to notice the anomaly. She clarified that the hem of the dress got caught in her stockings unintentionally. She also expressed feeling embarrassed and sorry for the oversight, emphasizing that she usually pays special attention to her attire during inquiries or events, and this negligence made her feel uneasy. Title: Soochow University sets up Redbook account, claims to be from Taiwan region, netizens criticize, is it spineless? Published time: 2024年6月13日. Source: Set News. Key points: A Redbook account named Soochow University Hall appeared on the Chinese social media platform, claiming to be from the Taiwan region, sparking controversy. Soochow University stated that the account was operated by the Continuing Education Promotion Department through a commission with a Shanghai educational institution, but the two parties have not yet formally signed the agreement. The disputed text was removed on the 12th, and there will be more caution in the future. Netizens questioned whether the school supported this, calling it a self-deprecating act towards the Taiwan region. Soochow University responded by pointing out that the article was posted without the university's review and that they would manage social media more cautiously in the future. Title: Following in the footsteps of Tsai Ko. Second sister-in-law speaks out again, calling for cutting ties with these 4 words, to shake off the gloom. Published time: 2024年6月12日. Source: Set News. Key points: Millionaire YouTuber Tsai Ko recently dismissed the longtime team veteran Laura, citing her involvement in unlawful activities causing significant losses to the company. Tsai Ko's wife, second sister-in-law, posted on Facebook today, 12th, sharing a photo with the staff, happily writing, "Shake off the gloom and work seriously," seemingly promotional but with an implied meaning. Tsai Ko also announced on Facebook yesterday, 12th, that they were back to work after their break, sparking speculations among netizens, sarcastically saying, "Now it's definitely easier to get in touch." The exact nature of Laura's unlawful behavior has not been disclosed, and netizens speculated it might be related to forgery of documents, financial borrowing, or investments. Title: Vice Station Master of Chaozhou announces suspension. Grimly disciplined by Taiwan Railways blackened into a devil, expresses despair, saying more is useless. Published time: 2024年6月13日. Source: Set News. Key points. The vice station master of Chaozhou Station in Pingtung often uploads videos of passengers' violations on their personal YouTube channel to warn the public, but was criticized by netizens for being too harsh and for publicly shaming passengers. Later, after posting a photo of himself holding a gun to retaliate, he was reported, and the police began investigating him according to the Law on Intimidation and the Social Order Maintenance Act. Taiwan Railways also gave him 2 disciplinary warnings for his inappropriate attitude. The vice station master announced today that he would no longer upload videos of passengers' violations in the future, stating that he had been punished and would no longer accept media interviews. Some netizens expressed support for the vice station master. Title: Taiwan's badminton ace Zhang Ying sets rare record. Only 5 women's singles players in the world make the top 4. Published time: 2024年6月13日. Source: Set News. Key points. Taiwan's badminton ace Zhang Ying missed the Super 750 Series Singapore Open due to injury and announced that this year's Olympics would be her last battle. According to statistics, since the World Badminton Federation was restructured into the World Tour in 2018, only 5 women's singles players have won at least one championship in the Super 300, 500, 750, and 1000 series. Zhang Ying achieved this feat as early as 2018, with 3 Super 300 championships, 3 Super 500 championships, 5 Super 750 championships, and 4 Super 1000 championships. She, along with China's Chen Yufei, South Korea's N.S.E. Young, Japan's Ake Yamaguchi, and Nozomi Okuhara, have all been world number 1s and have won championships in the aforementioned series. News title: Did by Kim Shio panic and speak the truth? Guo Lian reveals inside story, terrifying. Published date: 2024年6月12日. Source: China Times. News highlights. A mainland Chinese man drove a motorboat directly into the mouth of the Tangsui River and was only arrested after docking at the Fisherman's Wharf. By Kim Shio, chairperson of the Mainland Affairs Council, emphasized that the system did not malfunction, but human error led to the radar misjudgment. Former legislator Guo Lian commented, by Kim Shio panicked a bit, so she spoke the truth. My first reaction to this incident was that it's very terrifying. There was no thermal imager to observe the starting engine of his speedboat. Guo Lian questioned why there was no thermal scanning system installed at the mouth of the Tangsui River, calling for improvements in security measures. News title: Testing Defense of Chia, Shan Base. PLA drone approaches Hualien for the first time, 39 nautical miles away. Published date: 2024年6月13日. Source: China Times. News highlights. The Ministry of National Defense stated today that as of 6 a.m., there have been 23 instances of aircraft conducting activities out at sea, with 19 instances of them crossing the median line of the Taiwan Strait, entering the airspace of the east and southwest, and 7 instances of naval vessels conducting activities around the Taiwan Strait. Particularly noteworthy is that a drone flew from the western area, circumventing southern Taiwan, and arrived for the first time at a location 39 nautical miles from Hualien, indicating a demonstrative intent. The military utilized joint intelligence surveillance means to closely monitor the situation and dispatched aircraft, naval vessels, and land-based missile systems to respond accordingly. According to the latest announcement of aircraft dynamics, 15 instances of aircraft crossed the median line, and another unmanned aerial vehicle appeared in the waters off the east, approaching Hualien within 39 nautical miles. The intent behind this action is still under discussion, but such close proximity suggests a strong display of demonstration. News title: Revealed, DPP hits the streets for publicity campaign. Huang Wei-hong exposes consequences, KMT unaware. Published date: 2024年6月13日. Source: China Times. News highlights. The Executive Yuan filed for reconsideration of the final reading of the National Assembly Reform Act passed by the Legislative Yuan. The Democratic Progressive Party, DPP, began local publicity campaigns starting from Hualien on the 14th. Media personality Huang Weihong pointed out that the DPP is starting its fight with the National Assembly Empowerment Act to prepare for next year's recall of legislators, constitutional interpretation, and the 2028 general election. The Kuomintang, KMT, is completely unaware of this. The most dangerous recall target for the KMT is Yuan Shi, the Blue Camp legislator from Benqiao. The DPP announced anti-abuse of power, defending democracy explanatory meetings. It will start on the 14th in Hualien and continue on the 15th and 16th in New Taipei's Duzhen, Tainan, Taichung, Kaohsiung, Taipei's Songshan, and Dawon. Huang Weihong stated that over the next 2 weeks, the DPP will use this model to train, and emphasized that DPP supporters are very excited about anti-abuse of power, defending democracy. News title: Times Higher Education World University Impact Rankings, 4 Taiwanese universities in top 100, NTU not the strongest. Published date: 2024年6月13日. Source: China Times. News highlights. The UK's Times Higher Education released the 2024 World University Impact Rankings, with 4 Taiwanese universities making it to the top 100. National Cheng Kung University ranked the highest at 25th place, followed by Chiang University, National Taiwan University, and Tanghai University at 50th, 55th, and 100th places, respectively. The rankings are based on the assessment of 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. The overall champion is the University of Western Sydney in Australia, while the University of Manchester in the UK and the University of Tasmania in Australia tied for second place. Aalborg University in Denmark and RMIT University in Australia ranked 4th and 5th, respectively. News title: Gym owned by Quang Shan rammed by truck, Chen Yi describes similar pattern, it's a warning. Published date: 2024年6月13日. Source: China Times. News highlights. Taiwanese gym Quang Chen in Taichung was rammed by 2 men in a car on the night of the 12th. The gym's owner, Chen Haiheng, confirmed that one of the men who committed the crime had interviewed on May 28th, but was not hired due to mental instability. Internet celebrity Chen Yi expressed that this incident is similar to what happened to her, warning that it's a sign. Chen Yi bluntly stated that victims of violence are often condemned by society, calling it a ridiculous society. She recalled her past experiences of being ambushed and assaulted, pointing out the encounters. Chen Yi worried that ordinary people might not be able to withstand such malice, emphasizing a society out of control, with distorted humanity. This stems from her assault incident in February this year in Songshan, reigniting her feelings. News title: Lithium battery charging explosion kills 3, Taiwan Power Company exposes extremely dangerous charging practices. Published date: 2024年6月13日. Source: China Times. News highlights. A residential house in New Taipei's Duzhen caught fire this morning, suspected to be caused by a lithium battery charging explosion, resulting in the death of 3 residents. Taiwan Power Company's fan page reminded the public to avoid major dangerous charging practices, charging while sleeping or when no one is at home, surrounding flammable materials, charging in humid or high-temperature environments, not using original charging cables, and emitting strange odors during charging. The major dangerous charging practices for mobile phones include charging while unattended or sleeping, surrounding flammable materials, charging in humid or high-temperature environments, not using original charging cables, and emitting strange odors during charging. In addition to mobile phones, power banks also contain lithium batteries. It is recommended not to use them if they have been dropped or are old. Unplug the charger after each full charge, and choose products certified by the Bureau of Standards, Metrology and Inspection, BSMI, of the Ministry of Economic Affairs. Regarding the number of charges, Taiwan Power Company stated that lithium-ion batteries are calculated based on charging cycles, so it is unnecessary to charge them to 100%. News title: Times Higher Education World University Impact Rankings, 4 Taiwanese universities in top 100, NTU not the strongest. Published date: 2024年6月13日. Source: China Times. News highlights. The UK's Times Higher Education released the 2024 World University Impact Rankings, with 4 Taiwanese universities making it to the top 100. National Cheng Kung University ranked the highest at 25th place, followed by Chiang University, National Taiwan University, and Tanghai University at 50th, 55th, and 100th places, respectively. The rankings are based on the assessment of 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. The overall champion is the University of Western Sydney in Australia, while the University of Manchester in the UK and the University of Tasmania in Australia tied for second place. Aalborg University in Denmark and RMIT University in Australia ranked 4th and 5th, respectively. News title: Gym owned by Kwang Chen rammed by truck. Chen Yi describes similar pattern. It's a warning. Published date: 2024年6月13日. Source: China Times. News highlights: Taiwanese gym Kwang Chen in Taichung was rammed by 2 men in a car on the night of the 12th. The gym's owner, Chen Haiheng, confirmed that one of the men who committed the crime had interviewed on May 28th, but was not hired due to mental instability. Internet celebrity Chen Yi expressed that this incident is similar to what happened to her, warning that it's a sign. Chen Yi bluntly stated that victims of violence are often condemned by society, calling it a ridiculous society. She recalled her past experiences of being ambushed and assaulted, pointing out the encounters. Chen Yi worried that ordinary people might not be able to withstand such malice, emphasizing a society out of control, with distorted humanity. This stems from her assault incident in February this year in Songshan, reigniting her feelings. News title: Lithium battery charging explosion kills 3. Taiwan Power Company exposes extremely dangerous charging practices. Published date: 2024年6月13日. Source: China Times. News highlights: A residential house in New Taipei's Duzhen caught fire this morning, suspected to be caused by a lithium battery charging explosion, resulting in the death of 3 residents. Taiwan Power Company's fan page reminded the public to avoid major dangerous charging practices: charging while sleeping or when no one is at home, surrounding flammable materials, charging in humid or high-temperature environments, not using original charging cables, and emitting strange odors during charging. The major dangerous charging practices for mobile phones include charging while unattended or sleeping, surrounding flammable materials, charging in humid or high-temperature environments, not using original charging cables, and emitting strange odors during charging. In addition to mobile phones, power banks also contain lithium batteries. It is recommended not to use them if they have been dropped or are old. Unplug the charger after each full charge, and choose products certified by the Bureau of Standards, Metrology and Inspection, BSMI, of the Ministry of Economic Affairs. Regarding the number of charges, Taiwan Power Company stated that lithium-ion batteries are calculated based on charging cycles, so it is unnecessary to charge them to 100%. Title: Unable to bear it. Failed coaching interview grudge results in rampage, gym owner files attempted murder lawsuit. Published time: 2024年6月13日. Source: TVBS News. Highlights: Around 下午7点45分 yesterday, 12th, a collision dispute occurred at the gym opened by Chen Haiheng, the owner, in Baitang District, Taichung City. Ling, driving a small truck with the vehicle owner Su on board, crashed through the gym's gate, frightening the people present. Ling was arrested by the police and charged with suspected vandalism and intimidation. The gym also filed a lawsuit for attempted murder and transferred the case to the Taichung District Prosecutor's Office. The police stated that Ling, presumably frustrated with job hunting and emotionally unstable, lost control and rammed the gym. Fortunately, no one was injured. Vehicle owner Su claimed to be a friend of Ling and stated that he was only asking Ling to assist in recycling, and he was not aware of Ling's actions. Gym owner responded by expressing high suspicion of Ling's job application record and sarcastically remarked on the illogical self-recommendation by driving behavior. The police urged the public to maintain rationality and avoid impulsive actions to prevent breaking the law. Title: Surge in COVID cases after Dragon Boat Festival. Doctor shocked by 7% positive rate on rapid tests, identifies 3 symptoms as diagnosis indicators. Published time, 2024年6月13日. Source, TVBS News. Highlights. With the resurgence of the pandemic, Taiwan saw a surge of 328 severe cases of COVID-19 last week, prompting the Health Bureau to urgently declare the nation entering an epidemic period. Pediatrician Lu Yuxuan exclaimed, "Wow! After the Dragon Boat Festival, rapid test positivity reached 7%. Urging those with cold and fever symptoms to first self-test at home before going out." He also called on people preparing to travel abroad during the summer to get vaccinated quickly, emphasizing the continued importance of wearing masks in crowded places. Title: Major U.S. e-commerce retailer announces layoffs. Employees cry foul over significant pay cuts, even senior staff not spared. Published time, 2024年6月13日. Source, TVBS News. Highlights. The American consumer electronics retailer Best Buy recently laid off employees, affecting some sales staff and resulting in reduced salaries, sparking discontent. A company spokesperson stated that the most affected in this restructuring will be senior designers. However, employees accused the company of using artificial intelligence to reduce expenses. With over 1,150 stores worldwide, Best Buy confirmed the layoff news but declined to disclose specific numbers or salary changes. CEO Corey Barry had previously mentioned the layoffs in February, stating that the measures would be formally implemented this year, addressing the decline in consumer spending on electronic products after the pandemic. Title: Explosive Revelation, KO Wen, JE quietly deletes citing Wen's 3-point instructions. Reveals Liching, T.'s furious demand to change the insider story. Published time, 2024年6月13日. Source, TVBS News. Highlights. Democratic Progressive Party, DPP, Legislative Yuan Caucus convener KO Wen, JE visited citing Wen on the Dragon Boat Festival and later mentioned citing Wen's 3 instructions in a Facebook post, but the post was quietly edited and deleted afterward. Media person Wang Yanming revealed that KO Wen, JE got involved in the light-side conflict, suggesting that citing Wen or Liching, TE may have requested KO Wen, JE to modify the post, reflecting the internal disagreement within the DPP. Former legislator Guo Zhenglian commented, "This is seeking death by hugging a thigh." The original 3 instructions mentioned by KO Wen, JE were later modified, causing public concern. Title: Bad News for Yuan, Xi. He shocked, "This person wants to establish authority, don't go on green camp shows anymore, you're seeking death." Published time, 2024年6月13日. Source, TVBS News. Highlights. After the passage of the parliamentary reform bill, the Green campaign protesters began to prepare for a recall. Kuomintang, KMT, legislators Suki Oxen and Yuan Xi became the primary targets. Former legislator Guo Zhenglian expressed concern, stating that Yuan Xi is the most dangerous. He advised him not to go on green camp shows anymore, saying, "You are seeking death." Guo Zhenglian believes that Yuan Xi won only over 2,000 votes. Additionally, with new Taipei City Councilor Dai Wei-shan possibly running, and Dai Wei-shan being a supporter of Liching, TE, the situation is very critical. He also urged Yuan Xi not to appear on green camp shows because they have the highest viewership, and the audience are all green supporters. Title: Fried rice prices soar over 300 yuan. Din Tai Fung announces another price hike, Xiaolongbao at 28 yuan each. Published time, 2024年6月12日. Source, TVBS News. Highlights. The well-known restaurant chain Din Tai Fung announced another price increase, with a portion of fried rice exceeding 300 yuan. Din Tai Fung announced via its official website that, considering the increased operating costs, it will adjust the prices of some menu items starting from June 12, 2024. The price adjustments affect up to 150 items, with an average increase of about 6%. Each Xiaolongbao is up by 3 yuan, and fried rice dishes are up by 20 to 30 yuan. Particularly, the pork chop fried rice and shrimp and shredded pork fried rice are priced over 300 yuan each, at 310 yuan and 360 yuan, respectively. Other items such as braised beef noodles, vegetables, side dishes, vegetable and pork wontons in red oil, and yuan bowl chicken soup have all increased by 20 yuan. Din Tai Fung stated that in order to continue providing quality service and food, price adjustments are necessary to cope with the increased operating costs. Title: Yuan Tag Taiwan High Dividend Value ETF 00940 hits new high, returns to NT 前10 issuing price after 54 days. Published time: 2024/06/13. Source: Economic Daily News. Highlights: The Taiwan Stock Exchange surged 380 points on the 13th, with high dividend ETFs rising. Yuan Tag Taiwan High Dividend Value 00940 also soared, returning to its NT 前10 issuing price, freeing 98 万 investors. Members of the 00940 Self-Rescue Association on Facebook commented, "Should we change the name to the Happy Club? Congratulations on graduating, we can finally dissolve." Trading at NT 10.998 at the opening, it surged to NT 10.1006, hitting a new high since listing on April EST, with a trading volume exceeding 29 万 shares. The asset size is around NT 1,187 billion, ranking 7th among Taiwan ETFs. According to the Taiwan Depository and Clearing Corporation data, the total number of shareholders increased from 87,600 on the listing week to 98,300 by June 7th, showing that investors continue to buy on dips. The 00940 Self-Rescue Association on Facebook echoed with cheers, but many sold off during the relief. Netizens said, "Congratulations on graduating, should we change the name to the Happy Club? Take care, we can finally get off." The Self-Rescue Association is dissolved. After so many months together, it's hard to say goodbye. Title: TSMC sets new record high, leading concept stocks soar, these two lead with limit, up. Published time: 2024/06/13. Source: Economic Daily News. Highlights: TSMC ADR surged 4.4% on Wednesday. TSMC 2330 went ex dividend on the 13th, opening at NT 10923, immediately filled the dividend, hitting NT 10935, a historic high. The market value exceeded NT 124 trillion, reaching NT 124.2492 trillion. Related concept stocks surged along, with Genius 3374 and Wingbond 6515 leading the way. Others like Light On 3529, Optotech 1785, and King Yuan Electronics 2449 also rose simultaneously. TSMC ADR closed at 172.98 美元 on Wednesday, converting to over NT 1,100 英寸 Taipei trading. The ex-dividend performance was impressive, with a cash dividend of NT 13499.8969 per share for the fourth quarter of 2023, amounting to NT 190.762 billion, expected to be distributed on July 11. Besides the two companies hitting the daily limit, other concept stocks related to TSMC, including Light On, Optotech, King Yuan Electronics, Chip Amos 6147, and Richwave 6532, surged by more than 5% intraday. Sunplus Semiconductor 8028, Chip Amos 3228 also performed significantly. Title: Dividend Distribution Wave is Coming. 7 high dividend ETFs in June. Check the dividend amount. Published time: 2024/06/13. Source: Economic Daily News. Highlights: The Taiwan Stock Exchange reached 22,440.10 points in the morning of the 13th, hitting a new historical high. High dividend ETFs have become a popular choice. Statistics show that the single-period dividend distribution rate for ETFs continuing until the end of June is about 0.76 to 3.18%. Among the 7 ETFs continuing to distribute dividends until the end of June, Great Eastern High Dividend 30, Yuan Tag Taiwan High Dividend Low Volatility, Isang Optimal Dividend Stock, Taiwan Shenkwang High Dividend Mid Cap, Cathay Great Profit High Filling 30, Fubon Taiwan Technology High Dividend, and Capital Taiwan Excellent High Dividend ETF, Great Eastern High Dividend 30, 00918, has the highest single-period dividend distribution rate of 3.18%. The number of investors continues to increase to nearly 58,000, indicating that high dividend ETFs are still favored by the market. ESOM Optimal Dividend Stock ETF 00907 has a single period dividend distribution rate of 1.76%, focusing on financial and traditional industries, and excluding electronics. It is considered a strategy for selecting stocks in the market peak. Investors can achieve diversified investment effects by combining ETFs. For example, by combining ESOM Optimal Dividend Stock with ESOM ESG Low Carbon High Dividend 00930, investors can reduce the risk of a single industry, achieving multiple investment effects. Title: Rushing to sell before the housing market cools down. Huge volume of new pre-sale projects in northern Taiwan in May. Published time: 2024/06/13. Source: Economic Daily News. Highlights: according to a survey by Living and Building magazine, the pre-sale volume of new projects in northern Taiwan reached nearly NT$150 billion in May this year, the strongest single-month performance in nearly a year. The average number of visitors per week was 31, with an average of 4 transactions per week, significantly higher than the previous level of more than 20. With the increase in the volume of projects, the number of visitors, and the number of transactions, the housing market signal has changed from a safe green light to a yellow-red light, indicating active attention to the new construction market in northern Taiwan. Chen Bingchen stated that developers are pushing projects one after another, and the number of new completed housing units has increased to over 300 households, compared to just over 100 in the past. Developers believe that short-term sales and turnovers are possible, so many developers still leave some units to be sold after completion. Title: Gender and parenting experts warn the Ying safe Song Enzuo to avoid following Thames Hiking's mother's fate. Published time: 2024/06/13. Source: United Daily News. Key points. Gender and parenting experts are advising the Ying to intervene promptly to save Song Enzuo, to avoid repeating the tragic fate of Thames Hiking's mother. Wu Zhenyu pointed out that Thames Hiking's mother witnessed her son's journey from hope to disappointment, ultimately leading to despair. She urged the Ying to intervene early to save Song Enzuo and the whole family. Wu believes that the relationship between the Ying and Song Enzuo is too close and suggests cutting off the parent-child relationship early so that the child can become independent. Additionally, she recommends Song Enzuo to express his thoughts to his mother, allowing her to let go and trust that he can face life independently. Title: Female celebrity acts arrogantly at airport. Elevator must be cleared before riding, passenger retorts, "Who are you?" Published time: 2024/06/13. Source: United Daily News. Key points. A netizen posted on social media about encountering a celebrity in an elevator at the airport and being asked by security to exit the elevator to allow the celebrity to ride alone, sparking dissatisfaction. Although the celebrity was not named, speculation points to Chen Xiao and Wu Xianyi. Yuehua Entertainment promptly issued a statement denying the accusations, labeling them as unfounded speculation. The incident originated from onlookers surrounding the celebrity in the airport elevator, with security requesting other passengers to exit, causing controversy. To netizens, this action appeared unfair. Title: Marine Corps volunteer soldier falls asleep before handing over night sentry duty, faces consequences. Published time: 2024/06/13. Source: United Daily News. Key points. Marine Corps volunteer soldier Chen, due to dissatisfaction with a fellow soldier's late arrival, left the duty station without permission, resulting in a sentence of 20 days detention, a fine of 2,000,000 yuan, and 2 years probation. The fellow soldier, Huang, was also investigated for leaving his post suddenly to go to the restroom. Chen, while on sentry duty, left the post and returned to the dormitory without completing the handover, causing the security officer to notice the absence of the sentry. Considering his conduct and admission of guilt, the court granted him a 2-year probation and ordered him to pay a 1,000,000 yuan charitable fine. Title: Busy to the point of no respite. Taiwanese girl starts business in Germany selling Taiwanese snack, becomes popular, customers highly impressed after first bite. Published time: 2024/06/12. Source: United Daily News. Key points. Taiwanese girl Chloe, who moved to Germany, opened a cake shop named Hoja in Frankfurt, selling various flavors of egg cakes and bubble tea, which have been well received by the locals. All the fillings are handmade by Chloe and her employees, including 13 flavors such as vanilla cream custard, cranberry cheesecake, and matcha milk crumble. The bubble tea selection includes mango, roselle tea, and taro milk tea, which are deeply loved by customers. Chloe's snack shop has become quite well known, with even German television stations coming to interview her, indicating that Taiwanese cuisine has successfully captured the locals' taste buds. Title: Wu Shenmi's Old Oyster gives birth to pearls. Private side of CEO husband exposed. Published time: 2024/06/13. Source: United Daily News. Key points. Wu Shenmi collaborated with Long Kenyu's brother, Zhang Haifan, to release a new song titled Beautiful Woman, but Zhang Haifan issued a ban on pregnancy, hoping she would wait 3 years before having a child, fearing that pregnancy would reduce her workload. Wu Shenmi is busy shuttling between Hong Kong and Taiwan and plans to have a child by the end of the year, especially since she drew a Old Oyster Gives Birth to Pearls poem after praying, indicating that progress won't be that fast. Zhang Haifan praised Wu Shenmi for her stage charm and strong artist qualities, intending to sell his Mercedes-Benz car to create a series of hit songs for her. Zhang Haifan suggested that Wu Shenmi should drink alcohol moderately and relax by traveling abroad to increase the chances of conceiving. Both he and his wife support Wu Shenmi's music career, and he stated that Wu Shenmi is his good friend with an endless bond. Title: Elderly couple scammed of 36 million, losing property by adopted daughter. Biological children report to police, but elderly couple plead, she's a good person. Published time: 2024/06/13. Source: United Daily News. Key points. An elderly couple in Shanghai, who had infinite trust in their adopted daughter, were scammed approximately 8 million yuan under the pretext of processing medical insurance. Their biological children discovered this and initiated 5 civil lawsuits, seeking police assistance. The adopted daughter, Chu Qing, was arrested, but the elderly couple still believed in her, claiming she's a good person, and even stated that her contribution was the greatest. Police confirmed that the 8 million medical insurance was fabricated, and Chu Qing was charged with fraud. However, the funds and property are unlikely to be recovered. The elderly couple lost their retirement home and are now in a dire situation. News headline: Zhang Wanren met with the two cities advance mission and the Shanghai party was 15 minutes late. Release time: 2024/06/13. Data reference: China Television News. News highlights: The Taipei and Shanghai Twin Cities Forum is expected to be held in July and August. A high-level advance delegation from China came to Taiwan for inspection, but Shanghai was 15 minutes late. Although attracted by the artist Hu Ji, director of the Shanghai Taiwan Affairs Office Zhong Xiaomin led a delegation to Taiwan, but the Taipei city government emphasized non-governmental exchanges and excluded Hu Ji as a factor. Although it was a breach of etiquette, the level of China's visit to Taiwan this time was higher than before, showing a glimmer of hope. It is expected that the Twin Cities Forum will focus on environmental protection, culture, and construction, and the city government emphasizes that the interests of Taipei citizens should be the primary consideration. The mayor emphasized that the Twin Cities Forum is a long-term mechanism, continuing the tone of last year, and looking forward to cross-strait harmony.